here with the latest updates on We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is an emerging cloud nation. We are the United States of the world. We welcome people from every continent, every country, every background, every class, status, knowledge base, financial status, whatever. And we treat everybody equally because we are, excuse me, a non-separatist organization, and that means we don't recognize any of those differences. We do recognize that everybody is unique, you are unique, and everybody else is unique, and so everybody has something unique to offer to our community, and so are equal in value and treated equally. Okay. With that said, we should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. I'll be heading over there in a moment because that's where we see comments more readily. We can most times see them from YouTube and Twitch, but it means me coming back here and sorting through all the Facebook comments to try and find them. So if you are on YouTube or Twitch and you put in a comment and you don't get an answer, I apologize. But whatever platform you're watching on, whichever continent, whichever country, you are equally welcome. So with that said, let's head over to Facebook. When we get there, we'll be looking for the 24th of August in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly, which is coming up now. So now if I'm looking for the 24th of August, and with a bit of luck, we should have comments, and we have. And we've got Ramachandra at the top of the comments list, followed by Ramachandra's in India, by the way, but he's from the UK, but he's building a team in India. We got Andrew Dean from New Zealand. It's good morning to Andrew, and it's good night to Ramachandra, and to a lot of people from the UK, it's good evening. So wherever you're from, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Okay, we got Paula from Holland. We've got Peter from Kettering. We've got Rakesh from India. We've got Leon from California in the United States. We've got Norman from Doncaster, and we've got Russ Cowley missing again. He's gone absent without leave. He may have toddled off to Tranmere to watch his football team. I don't know. And we got Willie Coombs from Atlanta, Georgia. Bozina from Edinburgh. We'll be getting started in just a minute. We'll give a couple of minutes just to let anybody new come in. We are in exciting times. As I said, we are an emerging nation, and so we are always releasing more and more opportunities for our members to generate wealth. Some of it is for their retirement in the future. Some of it is to put bread on the table now. It's all interconnected, and we are, through our community, helping to banish poverty, and that's our mission. We are helping to banish poverty on a global scale. Did I say Brazina from Scotland? I'm not sure, but if I didn't, I did now. Okay, right. Let me just give it a minute or two, and we will get going. Nothing much to report on outside of our community today. Usually there's sporting events or something. Not much going on at the moment. Not with the upper echelon of teams anyway, let's put it that way. Richard Atkins from Devon, up the road from me. I'm actually in Cornwall. It's been a bit of a mixed day here. We got Deborah from Southern Alabama, USA. So good day to all of you. And we have. What else do we have? Not a lot. So we're going to get started right away. No purpose in hanging around for too long. Let's get started in our normal fashion with a very short but sincere prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love each member may find the joy of service. Because through service, we know they will attract into their life true happiness and everything they need. Amen. And as I also said, we are a non-separatist organization. We don't recognize superficial differences. We don't recognize whether you've got a beard or hair, or you're black, white, yellow, green, whatever other colors might be, your educational status. None of that matters. And we have a little affirmation to get rid of any prejudices that may be clinging around. And that goes something like this. We are happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay, we are still not finished completely with the programming of the Poverty Crusher, which is our new, and it's an amazing plan. But there are still a couple of elements that we need to finish up on. One thing that we hadn't really reckoned into, and that was just changing the name from, we had a temporary name of just Ads Plan, because it is an Ads for Life program, as well as being an amazing compensation plan. But we had the temporary naming all over the place, and so we've had to go through and rename all the files, the database tables, field names, ad plans to Poverty Crusher. And it was, in fact, a very big and time-consuming change. It affected many files in the database, but we had to do it because not doing that would, of course, future confusion. So that is that is something that we hadn't sort of factored in, but it did take a long time. Just checking that everything was changed, everything was right. The Power of One qualification that we have, it's our bonus plan. It would be really easy to qualify for that. Is going to be completed tomorrow. We already have the plan in situ, but we have special rules for it in our Poverty Crusher to make it even easier for people to qualify for. And so that has to be completed. That should be completed tomorrow, and then hopefully, once again, I can't promise, hopefully we'll be able to get our volunteer checkers in. We'll be able to get it loaded onto the development server. We'll get our volunteers in there, and they'll be able to play around in the system and see if they can find any bugs. Hopefully we've got them all on the way, as we've been checking everything day by day and doing things, but we have to go through that additional checking process before we dare really run it on the live server. So that is where we are. Gertrude and myself are going through our learning curve with the 8-minute trader. We'll be trading there for the benefit of all the members that want to take part in that through our investors club. And we hope that we will be able to make a reasonable profit. We've had lots of ups and downs. We've had some days where we've done really well, but a lot of it has been not necessarily in line with a progressive strategy. And so what we have to do is we have to make sure that what we're doing is something that is replicable for day after day after day. It's far better for us to make 1 or 2% per day than to make 10% one day, lose 12% the next, make 8% the next day, lose 7% the next, this sort of thing. Far better for us to make 1 or 2 or 3 or 4%, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4%. Maybe next day we'll lose 1 or 2 or 3%. And then the next day we'll make 1 or 2 or 3 or 4%. Much better for us to get that in place consistently than it is to have these large fluctuations, which can be very good, but they can also be quite disastrous. So, you know, we are going through that learning curve there, and we are getting on with it, and we are getting our strategy just tweaked. We keep tweaking it as we go along. This isn't quite working right. We've got to do this. It's the same process that you go through with marketing, actually. You know, you put out your advertising offer, you look at the results, and you say, okay, this isn't working right. We've got to tweak this, tweak that. It's constantly testing, reviewing, tweaking, testing, reviewing, tweaking. It's the same process. Okay, so that's what we're on. I'm also on trying to complete a thorough and yet concise explanation of why our plan is so different from everything else out there, because in the face of it, it will look very similar to a lot of other programs. There are loads and loads of programs launched every day, and they're all cyclers or multi-phase programs, or they do this or they do that, and they promise the earth. But the probability of actually achieving what they promise is really, really low. And what we're doing is we're trying to boost the probability. In fact, we will boost the probability of everybody generating more income, but we won't be promising the hundreds of thousands of dollars for going through 10 phases, which nobody ever does. It's mathematically almost impossible. I hesitate to say impossible because nothing is impossible. And things that are impossible are only impossible until somebody does them. So, but they are highly improbable, let's put it that way. It's also most plans that tout just join, don't matter if you do anything or not, you're going to make loads of money. You possibly will make a little bit of money, but it'll take forever in most plans. Take a long, long time. I'm not saying it's not worthwhile. I mean, if you put $5 into a program and at the end of the year you come out with 10, you're doing an awful lot better than you would have done with $5 in the bank, aren't you? So I'm not saying that some of these plans are not beneficial. What I am saying is that the expectancy that these plans offer to people is way beyond what they are likely to deliver. So what we want to do is give the expectation of what we are probable, which is most probable to be delivered, and then say, and plus, this is always available, and this and this. So, and the way that our plan is structured will increase the probability for everybody at the expense of the improbability of somebody getting $100,000 in a single payment. Okay, so that is what I'm on. It's not an easy task, believe me. I've been on it for several days, but we're getting there. We are getting there. Everything takes time, you know. It saddens me when people leave We Share Abundance. I don't have time to worry about them. I have to spend my time and devote my time to trying to help the people that are within our community. But we get people that leave because they expect things overnight. If you put a cake in the oven and the recipe is correct, but you look at it after the allocated time and it's not completed its cooking, do you take the cake out and throw it in the bin and say, that was rubbish, it didn't work? Or do you say, it needs a bit longer? You put it back in the oven and you keep testing it until it looks right, you know, and then you take it out and you've got a wonderful cake. I use that example because I love cooking, but it also says a lot about what We Share Abundance is at the moment. We are an emerging nation. We are like that cake in the oven. We're doing something that has never been done before. We're not quite sure what the right time will be to take the cake out of the oven. So we have to just keep checking and making sure that we're still on track and the cake is going to produce. And that is where we are. And these people that leave because they're expecting results overnight or in a week or even a month, you know, or we are here for generations to come. And so it saddens me that they're leaving. I believe that they will regret leaving. Well, I know they will regret leaving, but I believe that most of them eventually will come back and they'll be regretting the fact that they lost a lot of the position and wealth that they'd accumulated through leaving. But they'll come back and they'll be welcomed with open arms, and they will still find that we will provide them with a path to future prosperity, not just for themselves, but for many generations to come. And but unfortunately, I can't worry about those people. Well, I don't, you know, I regret that they've left, not because it affects We Share Abundance in any way, but because it's going to take something away from their life, which they had started with. And it's like taking that cake out of the oven because it wasn't quite cooked and throwing it in the bin. But for those of you that are with us, that cake is going to deliver in a big way, okay? It'll be the best cake ever. Right, we have numbers for you as well. One more column than yesterday. I don't know why Coin Ranking doesn't display things, but we had a net decrease of 11 in our registered members. We take out members that don't log in for a couple of months because they can't be bothered. They come, they join, they look at it and they say, oh, I don't really understand it. And they never log in again. So we remove people that haven't been involved for 2 months. We always have new registrations, and sometimes the new registrations outweigh the removals and sometimes the other way around. Today is a net decrease of 11, so it means we've taken out more people than we've had registered. We have an increase of 35 in our active members. These are people that are logging in on a regular basis, not people that are just logging in once or twice every month or so to keep their account active. But people that are interested in getting to know what we're about, earning all the gifts that we give them, and generally participating in the community, not just for the benefit of themselves, but for the benefit of all other community members. So that's an increase of 35 on yesterday, up to 6,229. Multiply Weezer, which is an advertising site we're on, no new members. Nobody new that bought advertising there, but the bonus pool went up by $1 to $9,951.77, and that was just in the revenue share for logging in. Coin Ranking haven't been displaying our numbers, but today, for whatever reason, they are displaying Share Abundance tokens, but not the Weezer tokens. I thought maybe it was because there was no purchases of Weezer tokens. So I went in this morning and I bought some Weezer tokens. Not a lot because I didn't have a lot of cash, but I bought some. But that doesn't make any difference. They're still not showing any figures, any numbers for the Weezer token on their website, although we do get from their API the numbers, the market value that you see in your dashboard is from their API. So why we see nothing on their website, I don't know. The Weezer Abundance token is showing at $250.67. There's just $38 worth of trading in the last 24 hours, and they're ranked in the coin ranking at 4,501. And I don't know how that compares with where they were the last time we had figures from them. Last time we had figures a few days back was 4,489. So it's down by 12 in the coin ranking. I think the value that's shown is down because, generally speaking, cryptocurrencies have been decreasing in value. They will come back, and that will make the price show better. But it means that if you can buy them for $250, it's a good buy because they're worth quite a bit more than $250. They're worth around $300, $310. Okay, we got Akpomade in from Nigeria. I am looking forward to getting this Poverty Crusher plan out there. I know that a lot of you are waiting and will be a little bit impatient because it's not there yet. Believe me, nobody wants it out there more than I do. If it was possible to get it out faster, it would be done. But when we do get it out, it will be right. Okay, that's all I can say. I'm hoping we can get the testers in there tomorrow. I don't know whether we will or not, but I'm hoping so. Let me have a look in the Melon app and see if we've got any comments in there from YouTube or Twitch that require answering, or just saying good morning to. Sometimes it gives them, sometimes it doesn't. We've got YouTube, Luis Montero from Portugal saying hi. So hi to Luis. And that is it. We've got, I know this will be Kingsley from Como in Italy. He's on vacation in Italy. Yeah, Kingsley. Hello everyone from Lake Como in Italy. Lake Como, very beautiful. It's up in the north of Italy. I lived further down, about halfway down the leg on the right-hand side, if you like, the eastern coast, the Adriatic coast. But my sister-in-law lives in Milan, and Como is not too far from Milan. It's a fair drive, but it's doable, you know, and it is a beautiful spot. Okay, I can't see anything else that we need to be hanging around for, folks. I know it's been short and sweet, but hopefully we'll have good news about when the plan, the Poverty Crusher plan, will be launching tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have got our strategies worked out for the 8-minute trader that is launching on the 1st of September, and we need to be ready for it then to be able to consistently trade at a profit. We can't promise we're going to make a profit every day. No trader in the world can do that. But we are working towards winning 4 out of 5 days on average, if we can. That gives us a net 3 days win, and if we can win 3 days at 3 or 4%, we're looking at 9 to 12% per week, compounded daily. Very, very, very powerful. Okay, I know it doesn't sound a lot, but it is really very powerful. I mean, your bank, you'll be lucky if you can get 3% a year in a high deposit interest account from your bank. We're looking to try and average 3% or a little bit more per day, 4 days out of 5. If we lose a day, it knocks us back a day, doesn't it? So it's like 3 days at 3%, because the 4th day we lose and the 5th day cancel each other out. But if we can do 3 to 4% per day, we can be getting 9 to 12%. We can maybe average 10% a week. 10% a week would be phenomenal. We may do less. We may have better weeks, but they won't be a lot better, because we will limit our trading rather than over trading and trying to catch up on things and do things the wrong way. We will keep to our strategies. Okay, so that is that really for today. Feel like I've got a frog in my throat or something. I've just been sat here working all day, you know. And it's only when you start speaking that you realise that maybe you're dehydrated or something and not had much to drink all day. Usually I have a glass of water down here, but I've not got one. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. This lovely day, bit mixed weather-wise, in all honesty, bit Manchester weatherish. Kingsley knows what I'm talking about there. He's from Manchester. But this lovely day has flown away, and the time has come to part. Auf Wiedersehen, auf Wiedersehen. We'll meet again, 7 p.m. British summertime, same place, YouTube, Twitch, and our Facebook group, We Share Abundance, publicly, with all the latest updates, where we are, where we're going. Those people that are volunteering to help with us testing the new plan, make sure you get into the Skype group. Be ready. Maybe tomorrow, not getting into Roy Orbison again, we will give you something to do. I'm pretty sure if not tomorrow, it'll be the day after. That's it from me. Auf Wiedersehen, auf Wiedersehen.